Auto Alert Man coming at you once again. And this time I want to focus on the script a little bit because each one of your deal sheets, when you bring up an individual customer, has a script there. And your job is to be able to read from that script in a conversational manner, in a way that people don't feel like it's canned. So you don't read like this. You read like this. The thing is that the script keeps you in a relevant area to the customer's needs, to the customer's interest points. That's why Auto Alert works so well. It gives you, say, I see your payoff. We're estimating your payoff around 19,000. Is that about right? I see that you've got like 86,000 miles on your Chevy Silverado, and that's a four-wheel drive. Is that right? See, and there's two things going on there. We're touching close to the customer, letting them know that we know who they are, and we know that because they are important. It makes what we have to say to them important. And then it also gives them a chance to acknowledge where you're going with this. That's what you want. You want the customer sitting there shaking their head. Yes, yeah, it is. It is red. It is 86,000 miles. I do owe about 19. See, now their mind is starting to open a little bit. It's starting to, because when they first answer that phone, they're guarded. One another thing that Auto Alert does, and I think I've mentioned this before, is I love to call the people that are currently in service. I know they're coming back, and I know that they're probably going to answer because they're expecting their service advisor. Let me tell you, 1 out of 4 is likely to answer your phone call, even if it's basically kind of a cold call because you're just calling them out of the blue. But you start tying everything together. When your service advisor entered your information in the computer to give to the mechanic, it also caused a notification in my office next door that somebody had a truck that was similar to the one that I had loaded the columns to look for. It has about the right miles. It's 2016 or 17. Your payoff is under $20,000. All of these lock-in categories point directly to you as being an individual who could gain the most from our need. And let me explain what I mean by that. We often are looking for select vehicles for previous customers or friends of the dealership or management, and we start looking for different miles and trim levels. Some people want leather, some people don't. A lighter or darker color, and then as people bring their cars in for service, they fall into these different categories, and yours came up as had the highest marks of being most likely to move from your current truck to a brand new one of about the same trim for about the same or less. And believe me, a lot of times I'm able to give people a little bit more. And I'd definitely like to make sure I can pass a little bit more on to you. But when you start freelancing like that, you get into longer conversations that wear the customer out. One of my favorite lines in the car business is simple sentences sell cars. Simple sentences sell cars. Because, the fact that it has leather, an 8-way driver's seat, that it has a moonroof, that it has, the CD player, navigation, those are all nice things. But how does that relate to the customer's needs in a very serious way? If your wife borrows the car to go see her mother-in-law, she can enter it in. It'll take her right to her doorstep. Always speak in virtues, not in facts or, those are for technical people, and they usually know more about the car than you do anyway. What you want to, why simple sentences work is because they help people think. And we all need help thinking. We're trying to make a decision. Should I get the newer truck and have start a whole new loan again? Or should I just keep the truck I have, dump some money into it, and I'll be out of it in 2.5 years? That's a very real consideration. The thing about it is that I noticed you got 86,000 miles on a 2017 truck. Were you working out of town there for a while? Oh, my wife, I had to take her to the hospital up in Oregon. We went through that for about 6 months, but fortunately she's okay now. Well, that's wonderful. Wouldn't it be nice to just start over with a brand new truck at 0 miles and re-inherit the full virtue of factory warranty? Simple, easy. I can't get up the driveway. 4-wheel drive is going to make that a lot easier. It's a lot easier on the vehicle if you have all-wheel drive. I'm glad you're here today because it's telling me that you have an interest in the power of auto alert. And you're taking the next step to become a professional. And a professional is defined by somebody who takes it seriously. You got 21 salesmen in your store. How many of them are building this as a career? How many of them are taking it seriously? You know what? You can turn the page of your life right now. You can turn the page of your life right now and decide to become a professional in this business with the simplest of tools, auto alert. You can start making your 60 calls a day. That's all you got to do is make 30 to 60 calls a day. You're going to find 1 or 2 people every time you do that. Think about that. It's like writing you a check. It's like a guarantee. You make 60 calls, you're going to sell a car. I want you to get a mirror and put it in front of you. I want you to listen to your phone calls. I want you to look at the script. And I want you to try to write out what you've been saying on the phone. Just keep the paper there. And just, what did I say? How did I say that? And then call Auto Alert. They've got some very talented people that will help you hone that script into a fine-tuned machine. When you call people, you want to be able to have a conversation with them that informs them about the virtue of being able to leave their current vehicle behind. Come in, you sign a few papers, and you drive off in your new truck, and the only thing you're going to see is your old truck and your old payments in the rearview mirror because they're going to become a thing of the past.